So today's video will be about trading. I will set some additional orders for my open positions and create some trading dashboards. Recently I got some new charting tools, so I have to set up new charts there and see what data we can get from it. Okay, let's start with closing the position down as price may fall. So I currently have 10 contracts in TRUSDT, and now as the price falls at 13.5, I want to close a few contracts at market. Let's say close 3 contracts there, and then at 30 to close 3 contracts. Then we are left with, we closed 6, we have 4 contracts left, and we close them at 12.5, slight profit. But not all, so we closed 6 already of 10, let's close another 2 there. So we have 2 left open as position, because we still want to be exposed to the market. I want to have positions open always. I don't care about the size, but at least I want to be exposed to market movements. So let's create another short there. Right, we have at 13, 35, 12.5, 35. We might get here, depending on what the market does now. I hope we don't get here. Otherwise I just buy again. And let's check the other open positions. We need to do that for, let's do that in ICP. I think we already got it for ICP. Yep. Then let's do it for which is huge in profit percentage wise. Tier maybe. Yeah, looks good. We can. Oh, we did tier just now, right? Yeah. Then let's see. 20 TM-UCP we did. Injective, yeah, I just run Injective. It's like $15 margin. I let this just, or maybe 1. We can set 1 to be sure at 37. And let's close 3. Slight profit, because we anticipated even if we fall until here, I expect we fall even further, so we just close a few contracts with profit, and by the amount of contracts we closed, just lower again. So let's do it for Solana. Yep, the chart looks good. And then let's close. We might bounce from the, I guess, support level here. Could be a good support level. Yeah. So I don't want to close at this level or above. We close. I take some profits at, say, 105. 105 to close 1 contract. And then close 1 other contract. If we should fall that far at like, what's the break-even price? This is our break-even. Yeah, okay, because we already took huge profits. We want to close above the entry price, so let's just say 103 at 1 contract. Then we are still exposed with 1 contract, because we will close 1. I don't remember the price, but we have 2 trigger orders now. about 1 contract each. We currently have 3 contracts, so we then have still 1 contract left open in the position to be exposed to price movements. Perfect. I don't have any other position where I might want to scale down. I just run the other ones and hold. So that's good for now. Let's close this. And these are some tools. I'm used to CoinGlass and how's it called? Let's see. Glassnode. I got Glassnode a few days ago. So let's see what data we can get out of here. I really like their on-chain reviews or their weekly on-chain reports. They are helpful. I don't want anything pre-configured. I want to set up my own overview, but let's see what they have. Oh, you know what? Let's just go through their. Nope. I think they have a academy and just learn a bit to then first understand what we are looking at. I would say I'm quite good at it now and I get what most of the things mean. Most of the indicators I can put in context, but just learning or confirming my knowledge isn't bad. So we want to navigate market tops and bottoms, of course. We want to sell at peak top and buy at bottom. That's the goal. Bitcoin markets are infamous volatile. Over time, models and tools have been developed by various. These models vary in complexity and inputs, ranging from simple moving averages to momentum to on-chain. Okay, let's see what we get here. Navigating market tops and bottoms. Yeah. Oh, I got something in my okay, that's nothing. I mean, hash rate is interesting, but it's not that much driving the market, I guess. More like macroeconomic factors. I even don't find TopCap now. The investor tool. I really like this chart as I saw it the first time because it really highlights the buy zones. This was the perfect buy zone down here. So let's keep that in mind and continue. The Bitcoin top cap model was developed by Willy Woo to identify market cycle tops. It is calculated by multiplying the average cap by a factor of 35. The average cap blue is calculated as the cumulative sum of daily market cap values divided by the age of the market in days. An additional top cap model considering a 15x multiplier is included to show sensitivity and to gauge the effect of diminishing returns. Okay. I have to admit I didn't fully understand this one. Like, I mean, I get the calculation, but I don't get, like, obviously you see it highlights market tops, and if it dips it's like a market bottom, but here it was quite useful for tops, and we never saw it hit the bottom again. So in theory, if I would go just by this chart, I had a buy zone here, sell here, sell here, sell here, and then I had never a buy zone again. So just for now, from looking at the chart, this isn't something helpful to me. The Pi cycle top was also clever and was too moving. Let's see. So I'm just looking at the crossovers. So we're crossing down. Yeah, okay, you can't really use crossovers. Okay, if you look at where the price, so the black line, crossed the blue line, we would have sold here, bought here, retested, sold here, and bought here, sold here, bought here, hopefully not sold here, and then sold here again. So, yeah, I'm not too familiar with the data, but it looks interesting. Maya multiple is not calculated at the ratio with the price. I don't want like these. I think these are all lagging indicators. At least the moving averages are definitely lagging. And since lots of the data here is based on moving averages, this is nothing I need. I have all this data in TradingView. I want on-chain data. Introduction to on-chain activity. The first suite of metrics you will be introduced to fall into the category of called on-chain activity. These metrics describe the health and growth of the Bitcoin network user base here. This is something I want. Number of active addresses, okay, not that interesting to me. Identifying with on-chain activity. How long is this video? It's just have a sneak peek.
Are we in a bullish market structure? Which, if we think about what's going on during a bull, the media is exciting, the news is exciting, and everybody knows a friend who's got rich from Bitcoin. And for a bit of a fun fact, I was one of these folks who bought the very top and rode it all the way down. You can see this same bullish market structure here in 2020 and 2021. We have
Okay, of course, at the market top we have more active addresses because like Bitcoin is more in the media, everything is reading about the returns, the crazy profits, everyone's getting in, like dump money is really starting to flowing in at the market tops. So of course we see more active addresses. These active addresses get inactive again, and only like the Bitcoiners or like the users who are experienced traders who know you buy if there isn't lots of, or you buy when everything else is selling. And so we got lots, very less, how do you phrase it? Um, yeah, not that many active addresses in the bear market on the bottoms. And so, okay, that's something we know, or it's
growing
kind of
activity as
logical,
the market starts to
intuitive.
push higher.
When you
Now,
build
the
in
second form of market structure is more bearish. You can see that after that peak, most of those new buyers, those new
transactions
investors, the
kind,
interest really wanes
um,
as price declines.
like transactions count is kind of the same. Um, like more people in the market at the tops equals more money, equals more active addresses, and since they then of course buy and sell, it equals more transactions. And what I would find interesting is like exchange inflows and outflows on chain. Um, that is something I would like to see. But I don't know. Stablecoins and exchanges. Stablecoin. Yeah, okay, this is something we might look at. Okay, let's continue with the tutorial here first. Number of transactions. Okay, this dip is really interesting. Um, like just because it doesn't fit in the like pattern here. And other than that, I wouldn't take any market sentiment from it. Total transfer volume, yeah, I mean, doesn't have for our trading. Yeah, this is something I was looking for. And this seems to be quite interesting. Like, black is the price, and red is the number of addresses with non-zero balance. So they have a different y-axis. And of course, it's just going up because addresses yeah, addresses won't basically get less because once there is an address on the blockchain, it can't go away. It can only become inactive, like over a certain time period. It hasn't moved any funds or like hasn't have or like there aren't any funds left on the address. That's when I would consider address as inactive when both of those factors come together. I mean, it quite good highlights the bottom, the buy zone. This was a really good buy zone. Lots of experienced traders bought down here, but actually this was the one I was looking for. So now let's put on our music. We see I expect, so let's, how to interpret this? I expect red to be outflows. Exchange net flow volume. If it's negative, we expect outflows. Let's move it to a lower time frame. Okay, I would expect it to be when there is a bear market, when there's a bottom, people buying. So they move fiat or I would guess in a bear market, people move funds since they buy on the exchange and then they move the bought funds or like currencies to the cold wallet or like appropriate storage. So we should see in the bear market a lot of outflow. And then at the top of a bull market, we see inflow because people want to sell and move funds to the exchange. So with a bottom, people bought and moved funds out from the exchange. We have at top, people realized profits, moved funds to the exchange. Kinda like it's not a bottom, but we are down. It was a good buying opportunity. People bought, moved funds from the exchange. We are higher. People realizing profits, moving funds to the exchange. So seeing a lot of inflow. So that makes sense. Now I only have to figure out if I create my own dashboard, how can I like add these charts? Well, let's figure that out later. Spend output H spends, nope. Percent supply and profit. Okay. Black is always. Okay, I guess this, since we're in on-chain data right now, this takes the addresses with Bitcoin on it, and like here at the top with percent supply and profit 92%, 92% of all Bitcoin addresses that have Bitcoin are in profit here, which makes sense because it was kind of a new all-time high, and people can only have bought lower. So 59% of people in profit. This is like the other 5% that have bought here being exit liquidity for the others. Oh man. Okay, let's just continue with the fundamentals of mining. Okay, I know those, and yeah, not that relevant for my trading. Mean hash rate. It's interesting to look at those and see the evolution of like the Bitcoin network and the infrastructure on its own, but I don't trade based on those metrics. I mean, this can be a good indicator, mining difficulty and hash rate going up. Like, this is only the mining difficulty, but you see the hash rate going up then as well. Because if it's harder to mine a block, you need more computation power, like better hardware to actually get the chance to mine a block. So these two kind of come together, but the extreme spike or up movement here in mining difficulty and not much price movement, since miners can move the market as well, because they have like bitcoins that haven't touched the market yet. This is kind of interesting, and I guess this comes from a lot of TradFi buying mining firms and putting a lot of money in there, so the mining firms then can buy better hardware, hash rate going up, mining difficulty, and like I mean, this could be interesting for like long term, like 10 years or something, but that's not my time horizon. Mean hash rate, Bitcoin fees, yeah. Total block reward, yeah, of course, with the mining halving, it no wait, total block reward. The total amount of Bitcoin paid in aggregate to miners each day. Okay. Yeah, halving it. Okay, it's what I thought. Total miner revenue. Yeah, of course. Miners usually just sell the part of Bitcoin which they need to cover expenses and hodl the other part or the rest of it. So miner revenue, they of course try to sell at the top. So that's logical. Like, revenue for me is realized profits. So does this mean miners sold? This would be like questions I have. Like, this is a logarithmic chart, at least for the Bitcoin price. So of course, if the price is moving up, the revenue goes up. Okay, I guess like then price is moving just mainly, at least right now in the current peak. Miners are more used today, making them more. Okay. Assessing mining market cycles. Yes. Bottom. difficult. I mean, these on-chain data we are currently looking at, that kind of data would be interesting or would interest me. Other way around, I would be interested in these kind of on-chain data for Solana. And just out of curiosity, this isn't something. This isn't data I trade with. To supply demand dynamics, this is something that we might want to trade with. Circulating supply. So we have the bottom. Let's see what's blue. Blue is supply younger than 1 year. Okay, so orange circulating supply is like it's logical, like it's just the miner rewards, and they increase the circulating supply since new bitcoins are mined, and then or what does I'm not sure of the calculation of circulating supply. Like, I guess orange circulating supply are all coins, and then red and blue are just coins that have moved in the certain time frames, like 1 year plus or 1 year. Let's watch the video for this one, because I am not quite sure. Introduction, yeah, that's good.
Well, as I mentioned in the introduction, we're going to start with a fairly simple concept and really give you a bit of an insight into what supply dynamics is all about.
The chart I was
now, one of the really important components that we have to build in and we can use within the supply dynamics is the concept of time. Now, every coin in the system is contained within a UTXO, or an unspent transaction output. Think about it like a container. The nearest equivalent is like a $50 bill. That $50 bill contains $50 worth of value. So a UTXO contains a certain amount of BTC value, and we can actually tell which block it was last moved in. So we can see the transaction output, we can see where that coin was last mined on the blockchain, and if we then look at the timestamp between when it was mined into a block and the current period, we can assess the holding time. So what we can see here is the circulating supply in orange. This is obviously the total supply cap, and you can see these halving events where it kinks, and then we start to trend up towards that 21 million hard cap, which will happen somewhere in the era of year 2140, so some time left to go. Now, bringing that concept of time into the mix, this red curve here maps out the proportion of that supply in BTC that is older than 1 year. So coins that have not moved for over 1 year. Now there's going to be Satoshi's coins down here in this early phase. We can also see that as we start to move to the 2013, 14, 15 cycle, this is where Bitcoin markets were starting to develop very, very early. But we can see that we started to move into this more cyclical behavior. We got these peaks in these older coins. And then as we move into the 2016-17 bull, we have a major decline. We see that we get this spending behavior. The population of coins that are older than 1 year starts to decline, and these are when people are actually spending them and taking profits in the bull. As we move into the 2018 bear market, you can see that this actually starts to reverse again. We get this uptrend in these older coins.
Okay, so does this mean we basically have no one taking profits more or less? Like, if we just look at the crossovers and say, since here no one took profits since like 2019? Like, people hodling crazy.
Points. Now, what's going on here is we're seeing a transition of wealth. People are actually buying and sticking those coins away in colder storage for the long term. We're seeing a growing amount of coins coming out of circulation, going into wallets where they're remaining in a dormant state. Now, where are these coins coming from? Well, if we look at circulating supply and we subtract the coins that are older than 1 year in red, then we're left with the opposite, which is the coins that are younger than 1 year, and we see this in blue. And you can see how these two essentially oscillate inverse to each other by design. So when we're getting these periods, take the 2015 late stage bear market. Note how late in the bear we see this massive explosion in these coins on older than 1 year. These are people who've bought all the way down, kept them in their wallet, and those coins are now starting to
So
mature.
okay, so it's like a thought. Like this is people accumulating and not taking profits, and as soon as we're crossing over, like in a bull market, or the bull market has started, and people that bought in this time frame have significant profits, they start to taking profits. So this means we are still not in a bull market, and we have huge difference in here. Like people are buying and holding.
Sure. And note here how the coins younger than 1 year start to really decline. And this is essentially where those coins are coming from. Long-term investors, people with a very long time horizon who believe in what Bitcoin really is, they are accumulating coins, taking them off the market. And that means that there are less coins that are mobile and active and actively traded. And this eventually creates somewhat of a supply squeeze. We combine this with the halving event that happens in the circulating.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly how I interpreted the data. And if we expect this to be causing a supply squeeze, this will be insane. And I expect this to take like even longer. We're still not done with the accumulation phase. Um, like just now, a few days before the spot ETF approval, hopefully, um, I guess we will see a lot more of accumulation here. This is gonna be crazy. Circulating supply less. Issuance rate. Okay, these are already new charts. Inflation and stock to flow ratio. Yeah, stock to flows. Uh-huh. Like this would be something interesting I could trade with, or at least decide if I take long or short positions, and if to really move funds out of other assets into Bitcoin, or just stay with the current positions and hold. Um, like currently, I could move or sell like ETFs and move the funds into crypto or Bitcoin especially, but I think I have already quite a good amount in there. Bitcoin circulating supply, yeah. Okay, that's clear. I think that's just the same, just having its own chart. Issuance reflects the number of new Bitcoins that are mined each day. Okay, goes down to your halvings. The trace is somewhat volatile. Yeah, clear. Inflation rate. Yeah, clear. Analyzing Bitcoin market cycles. So they say, since we're green, we're in a bull market already. Okay, yeah, okay. You can say we're in a bull market, like we did um, crazy profits in here. Is this start 2023? Yes. So this from here to here would be like, what is it? 160, 170%. So I guess we are in a bull market, but we anticipate, of course, much higher returns now with the ETF and the halving and more adoption. Video workbench tutorial. This will present to the tool and shows how to build first one. Yeah, this is what I want to learn.
Hello everyone and welcome to your first Workbench tutorial where we're going to be exploring the supply last active 1 year metric. We're going to use this as a
Okay, it's only about a metric. I would be interested in learning how to create your own dashboard. I actually haven't clicked on it. Maybe it's or probably it's like easy and intuitive, but I just want to have a look at what kind of data we're playing with and then decide which is relevant for me. Hodl waves. Yeah, no. More dashboards. Have they only Bitcoin and Ethereum? Would be interesting to see some Solana or Maybe Celestia, if you can do it for Celestia, since it's like modular and based on multiple chains. Insurance, Circulating Ads. We've seen those already. That's just the same data again, right? Yeah. That's we already SegWit, mean block size, hash rate, mining difficulty. So that's what I talked about earlier. If the mining difficulty gets up, the hash rate, of course. Like this is how hard it's to mine a block. And if it's harder, or the mining difficulty goes up, so you need more power, and it's harder to mine a block, of course the miner top up their hardware, and then the mining difficulty like gets down again, and like they're pushing each other. Number of blocks mined, mean block interval, yeah. Okay, this isn't actually the data I was hoping for. Maybe it's in DeFi. Money markets. I guess I haven't found what I'm looking for. Enterprise plan, of course. Let's see, what can we do? Like my first dashboard. Maybe it's easier to just select and get an overview like of data we have. And then, okay, we actually have other like, stablecoins. I'm not interested in stablecoins. Or I'm interested in stablecoins. And in protocols, but not in those protocols. Uniswap could be interesting. OKX and they don't have BNB. Okay, we have other ERC20 assets. Okay. Fetch AI. This is something since I'm invested in them. Extending addresses, non-zero balances. Change. Okay, this is like data that I like. I don't know about this, so let's see. Actually, we can add multi. Oh, cool. Cool. So let's see new addresses as well and exchange balance. Big purse. Net positive. Let's see. Shouldn't this have supply of top 1% addresses? Okay, this is actually crazy. Like 1% of addresses has 92% of the supply. This isn't good. But I am really into the project. Number of new addresses. Yeah, like with the pumps. Get I didn't know they exist since 2019. Exchange, net positive change. Okay, so we see a lot of outflow right now, which is interesting. Since we had a quite uptrend in price here. So people are still buying and holding. And I guess, yeah, this is all-time high. And we still don't see people taking profits. So we will definitely shoot over the all-time high, I guess. Or at least that's how I read the data, so I don't want this. And can keep those two. And let's add Bitcoin. Actually, I like Glassnode, and even that you can add notes and videos. That's like, I like it. Yeah, Bitcoin. We want the exchange out and inflow. Coinblocks, no, the Coinblocks. And there is a new indicator, like, did VanEck? No, it wasn't VanEck. ARK Invest. ARK Invest, I think they kind of invented a new indicator, but I can't remember the name. Exchange net position change. Funding rate can be open interest. Perpetual. Okay, so open interest is at kinda. This is already all data. So we are at. The legend is that if you take this as all-time high, we are above it. So open interest is actually on an or has an all-time high. This is like too big. I want 1 year. So we're seeing a lot of exchange outflow. So moving to cold storage, which again, yeah. So let's just prove our theory again. That red means outflow. So we are down here. People are buying, moving assets from the exchange to the cold wallet. So we see outflow. And then on the top, we see inflow to the exchange and people selling. So I guess we are reading the data right. Let's see what else we got. Ethereum, I might be interested in the fees, but just not for trading, just like how the network is doing. Because I think they have a proposal to bring fees down, which might come in the next months. Okay, fees are actually quite low in comparison to. Okay, but when did we have the proof of stake change? I'm not quite sure. Proof of stake is like 1, maybe 2 years ago, so somewhere in here, I think. But this is logarithmic again. I don't like logarithmic scales. Okay, but I'm quite fine with this data now. We have the outflow and exchange of exchanges and inflow. Open interest is good. Number of addresses, and I usually. Okay, let's swap from Glassnode to Trading Light. Trading Light, I think, am I on a paid version? I think I'm still even a paid version. I can't remember what tools I bought. My account. Let's see what's our. I don't want to leak my billing data. So to Silver. Okay, we are still on trial. Okay. But we see the order book here basically. This is order book data. Yellow means there's a lot of buy volume in the order book. Hourly price means, of course, that there's a lot of sell volume at these levels. So we can take these levels to expect resistance or support levels. just shoot through them here and see some. I don't wanna call it resistance. It's like a natural correction, I guess. But since you had so much buy volume and buy pressure here, I guess we are going to 46. Since CME, I think I read on Twitter earlier this morning, CME is already trading at 46k. So I guess we're going here and then stopping here for a while until 1 or 2 days, and the ETF approval gets clearer on the timeline. And we see another support level building here with quite a lot of volume, and which is good. So if we should fall down, and Bitcoin has in bull runs corrections of like 30%. This is only 7, but we already see some strong support here then and here. So okay, this comes in handy. So we have another bottom more or less here, or I would take this as another strong, really strong support level, this zone. You see it in the order book as well. So I would place my positions that my best would be like the entry level is below this thing, but that the liquidation level of my positions is below like 36k. If we go down, I would usually use this as an opportunity to buy again. So I would move the liquidation level even further down. But let's say I wouldn't buy to move the entry price, then I would still be good with the like what was it, 16% dip, 20 no yeah like 20% dip, and can just hold the position through it, even though it's leveraged. But like yeah, 2x leverage for now. And okay, but I want to explore trading light more. There's lots of indicators I haven't played around with. Let's stick with the official indicators first. Open interest, yeah, this is interesting, but we had it on Glassnode already. We just added to the. Well, we don't have open interest. I think it's because of the symbol or like symbol or exchange. Then let's remove it if we don't have data. Official indicators. VPVR Plus allows you to see dominant volume buy or sell in addition to the data and a particular volume profile, session profile. Okay, these are all locked now. Yeah, footprint cluster. This is something I have seen and I would like to understand deeper. So this hasn't changed anything in the chart. No, I just don't see it. So it's doing something. Is the time frame too high? Okay, yeah, a lot, so it's like really small. Let's just remove or hide. So it's the footprint cluster. I mean, I think it's just still in buy orders, like red candle, red footprint cluster, green footprint cluster, and then we just see more detailed at what levels there has been bought a lot of Bitcoin. Okay, I guess my interpretation should be quite good. I couldn't imagine what else it should say. Let's see, pre-trading checklist. Condominance, okay, for deciding if you go on altcoins, if altcoin season has started. Let's look at CME data. What TradFi is doing, since I've read on Twitter that TradFi is here again with even higher open interest. CME isn't at an okay futures. I guess it meant the options open interest is at an all-time high. And as far as I know, like hedge funds or these big trading firms often use, I don't know which way around it is, but I think it's like, I'm thinking futures are used to open longs and like take if long is the main positions and the hedge funds are going long, they somehow want to hedge, like secure the risk with like uh, position in the other direction. So they take long on the futures and short with options, since like you basically can say or opt out of the option for a lesser fee or loss um, than the futures profit is generating. So if that understanding is right, this means there's a lot of hedging done and they are securing their positions for a downfall or correction in price. But I'm not quite sure how to interpret this data currently, like for the next 2-3 weeks, since retail doesn't follow. Like retail is currently on the narrative to just buy and hold and don't give any money or Bitcoin to the hedge funds. Um, and I think this narrative is quite big, and I kind of feel like part of it. I won't sell my Bitcoin in the near future. But this video is about creating trading dashboards. So we have a liquidation seed map here and see at what price positions get liquidated. So we have a big liquidation level here for longs, probably. It wouldn't make sense to shorts get liquidated here. And so this could mean we saw lots of entries here, like right at the liquidation level, with high leverage. So the liquidation level is close to the position entry. Or we have a lot of volume getting like in over this whole time frame with I would wanted to say low leverage, but this would put like 2x, 3x would put the liquidation level even further away than it is. So I guess we have at least some leverage here in the market. But I don't see, can I scale? I'm interested in short liquidation levels. Okay, so this were short liquidation levels because they were over, like above the price. I can't move the chart, like this is annoying. Let's see. Key resistance support levels. So we're checking institutional sentiment. Like this is the pre-trading checklist. I want to do this before every trading sessions or like every day and then check my positions accordingly, like de-risk or buy again or sell. Check institutional sentiment. That's the CME data. Bitcoin dominance. Just to decide to move funds more into altcoins or just stay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Solana. Keeps resistance support level by order book. So we can see where's a lot buy or sell pressure in the order book. Of course, they can be removed from the order book right before the price moves into this price section. So it can be like spoofing and don't actually affect the price. But traders are based off this data, so it somehow has a meaning. Liquidation levels is where people get liquidated. So we see this like, of course, people don't want to get liquidated, and if there is a huge volume getting liquidated at one price, we see it as resistance level, because these positions, of course, would move the price in the other direction to not get liquidated. Even if these are then the institutions and TradFi, like they would do this with a lot of money. Open interest and liquidations. Open interest is interesting to get a feeling for how much leverage there's in the market, and just set it in relation to the price movement. So is there anything else? Can add our Glassnode. And I have to think of how I name it. Glassnode dashboard. And maybe, or probably I will just adjust some of the data. Can I move things around? And not just adjust the size. Yeah, I can move things around. But I will probably edit this, play around with the data a bit more the next days, weeks. And definitely, I want to go through the whole academy, even though I know lots of stuff already, but just to make sure I really understand everything. But as I see, these are the 4 tutorials: negative market tops, navigating market tops and bottoms. Yeah, this wasn't that helpful. Introduction to on-chain activity. I know these things. I hoped like seeing charts on the data and putting it in context. Proof of work mining. Yeah, I know how like the technical side. I understand the technical side. Supply dynamics. Yeah, we went over this. I think we just have to use the YouTube Glassnode channel then. They have really interesting content, and use it as learning academy the next weeks. Yeah, or at least I wanna watch the week on chain every week. The report is really really good and easy to understand. Like they did a really good job there. Okay, how long are we recording? About 1 hour. I think we can wrap it up. It wasn't that useful, the video, but I've showed some of my dashboard, some of the data I'm working with, and yeah, I'm getting more into Glassnode now. I think I got it yesterday. So I have to like experiment with the dashboards, with the data a bit more. There's probably a lot of data or indicators that I haven't seen yet that can be more useful. What I'm doing quite a bit is like on Twitter, if I see people posting their charts or like their analysis, I'm looking, okay, what platform do they use to get their data? Oftentimes it's Glassnode, Velo, or Trading Light. So that's why I'm using these platforms. Coinbase on some, yeah, it depends if they are US or Europe trader. They often have some different tools. I'm trying to replicate their dashboards because I don't want to wait on their tweet and see their data or their analysis. I want to look at the data first, do my own analysis on it, and then like confirm. Of course, can have different market thesis, but confirm my thesis by looking at the tweets from the experienced or what I see as experienced traders. Okay.